Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Felicia. I know if you are a longtime subscriber of my channel, you're probably wondering, where's this chick gone? I'm still here. I've still been responding to comments. I've just taken an unplanned extended time off from uploading. We enjoyed our summer. My husband and I went with some friends to the Dominican Republic. My daughter had a little summer vacation, so we've enjoyed the summer. You know, we've been working, just going through our regular routine, and I just haven't picked up the camera to record and then upload. I have noticed that I've gotten quite a bit of new subscribers since my little hiatus. I feel like a lot of you have probably subscribed to my channel as a result of some of the older content I've uploaded in the past maybe 2+ years. Some of the popular uploads on my channel are my what happened to my snake plant video, also my Hoya carnosa compacta video I've uploaded to within the past 2-3 years. My channel has in the past primarily been focused on plant care. I still love my plants, as you can see here. One of the things that you'll see more and more on my channel is home decor related content. I figured since it's been a while since I've been here and I've gotten quite a bit of comments on older videos, I thought, why not show you guys the plants that I currently have. So on the left side, I have my golden pothos. This is a plant that I've had for years. This is one of my older plants. It's not new. I've had this golden pothos for probably a good 3 years at this point, and it's grown so much. One of the things that I like to do with my pothos plants is propagate them, just to give it a more full look. So when I had this plant earlier on, it was, I wouldn't say that it was bald, but it wasn't as full as it is now. So what I like to do to create fullness with my hanging plants is just propagate it. Simple and easy. You propagate the plant. Once it develops some roots, you just stick it back in on the top. And I've given this plant so many cuts over the years. I'm probably, it's a little hard to see, but I'm probably gonna clip this and propagate it and then stick it right back in the top. So that's the golden pothos. Right next to that is my neon pothos. This is another one. When I bought this, it was really, really tiny. And I've, again, propagated it over the years. I've cut it over the years, but it's really full at the top. Let me see, I'm holding my camera stand right now because these are way up there, but hopefully you can see how full the plant is up top. And the leaves, I need to just remove these leaves. They're very wilted and spotted. So that is my neon pothos. I've also had that one for a few years. I got that one around, I want to say maybe December 2022, so almost 3 years. All right, going down to this shelf, before I show you the plants, these are the grow lights that I was mentioning earlier. Got them from Amazon. I can put links if you guys are interested, but let me see here. I gotta hold the stand again. All right, so to the far left, this is my Hoya Crimson Cream. Oh my gosh, Hoya Crimson. This is my Hoya Crimson Queen plant. Love this one. This is another one that I purchased when it was relatively small, and it's grown quite a bit. If you guys are Hoya lovers, then you know these plants tend to take a really long time to grow. Let me take it out of its pot. I know you guys are probably distracted by what's going on there to the right, but we'll get to that in a second. Please try to ignore it. So this is the plant. It's still in its original pot. I've had this one for well over a couple of years at this point. I got it for $17.99 from a nursery in Jersey, one of my favorites. It's since closed down. I mean, there's not a ton of roots. You can see a little roots starting to creep out, but I think I'll keep it in this pot a little longer. If I have a photo of what it used to look like, I'll insert it in the video, but I just love that plant so much. We're going to get back to this guy in a second because there's a little bit of a backstory here. So let's move on over to this guy. This is my Hoya carnosa compacta. Now this one, I purchased this from Amazon. It was really tiny when I purchased this plant. Hopefully you can see it well. So this has grown quite a bit. Even though it looks really small, all of this is brand new. When I got this plant, it was just, you know, inside of the pot. Beautiful, beautiful plant. I remember, how long have I had this one? You know what I want to start doing? When I purchase plants, I want to write the date of when I got these plants. Even when I repot them, I'll just continue to put the dates on there because I feel like it's cool to see, you know, how far your plant has come along. This one is just empty. I need to take it downstairs to my storage area for my plant supplies. But yeah, I've had this one for a while and it's grown quite a bit. And I love it in this little Target planter that I've gotten. Target, they bring back these planters every year. I've had these planters now for well over 2 years and they've brought them back every single year. So that's my Hoya carnosa compacta. All right, now this one, you're probably like, girl, put that in the garbage. I'm probably gonna throw this out. I don't know how this, you know what? I know how it happened. At one point, I probably wasn't watering my plants as much as I should. Now this plant, I don't know if I'm ready to throw it out yet. I don't know, we'll see. Now this plant is only a single stem similar to that one, but the difference is this one is a propagation from a larger Hoya plant that I used to have. I wanted to talk about this specifically because I feel like a lot of you guys are probably here from that video. I'll insert a photo right here of what this used to be, where this came from. This Hoya, it took me so long to find this plant. When I finally found it, I got it at the same, yes, I got it at the same nursery where I purchased my Hoya Crimson Queen. That plant that I used to have, I repotted that plant. That was probably the worst decision I've ever made. The funny thing is I recorded that video of me repotting my original large, beautiful Hoya carnosa compacta, but because the plant just deteriorated from there, I didn't bother to upload it. So I decided to save. This was probably the only stem I was able to save from that original plant. And then now it's yellow, I don't know. I feel like I possibly may have overwatered the plant, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I know I have a lot of plant experts in the chat. So let me know what you guys think. Is this overwatering, underwatering, not enough light? It can't be not enough light because I have my grow lights here that I turn on at night just for like a couple hours. The room that I'm standing in, I'm using natural light. I don't have any additional light going on in here. So typically like in the morning through, I would say maybe about 12 o'clock, this room gets a good bit of sunlight, but I do have to supplement that light with my grow lights, the artificial light. So it's not too much light. I know someone's probably gonna say, oh, too much light. Not too much light. It has something to do with the watering schedule I was using. So let me know if you guys think this plant is worth saving or if I should just toss it. It had a good run. It was doing really well. It was even growing, but so, and this plant pot, if anyone is interested in this, I got this from Amazon as well. I think I actually got it as a Secret Santa gift from Amazon. So let's go back to the tour. Let me, oops, bring you in a little closer. So right here, this is my Marble Queen Pothos. It doesn't look very marbly. There's a lot of, I mean, there's some, you know, beautiful variegation going on in the leaves, which this plant is popular for. It's a very forgiving plant. You can cut it, you can propagate it, make yourself a new plant, make yourself multiple plants. It's just one of my favorites, easy to care for plants. This is one of my propagation stations that I got at Target. This is from the, what is the guy's name? Hilton, I forgot his name, Hilton something collection. I got this a couple years ago. I love this little propagation station, but as you can see, the flask is very small and it's dirty. Disregard that. It's really small, so you can only put but so much in here, but I still really like this. This is a marble base. It's just really cute. Okay, and then on that shelf as well, I have, can you guys see good? Hopefully you can. I have my, let me see if I can turn on the light. There we go. I have my Monstera Peru plant right here. This one has also grown quite a bit. I haven't repotted this one. It's still in the original pot that it came in. This is probably about a 4-inch pot. This has grown quite a bit as well, this plant. Let me bring you back. So this one, I am seeing a little bit of, you see that? A little bit of brown crunchiness. This one may possibly need to be, well, it's not directly under the grow lights on the shelf. The grow light is on, you know, the shelf above. But this plant is still doing pretty well. I mean, your plants are not going to be perfect, right? You're going to see yellow leaves. You're going to see brown leaves. You're going to see droopy leaves. That's just part of being a plant parent, as many of you already know. But it, you know, despite all of this, you know, the browning here and there. This plant is still doing pretty well. I'm gonna bring it, excuse me, a little closer. The cool thing about this plant is that you see the texture on the leaves. It's kind of like, you know, textured leaves. So it's really cute, really pretty glossy leaves. Another plant that's really forgiving. This one has grown quite a bit. Excuse me. I'm trying to decide if I want to propagate this one because there is one stem, this one right here. You see how leggy it is? Actually, there's two of them that's pretty leggy. So whenever my plants get like this, especially my pothos plants, let me come here. When my pothos plants get like this, I like to cut them like way up and just propagate it. So no big deal. Because we want it to look, we want to see leaves on each of the stems. We don't want to just see that, right? All right, so let me put this one back on. All right, guys, let me bring you down so you can see the ones on the bottom. All right, so on the bottom are my aglaonema plants, aglaonemia, Chinese evergreen. So on the far right, I have my Chinese evergreen Maria plant. Let me zoom in so you can see those leaves. Such a beautiful plant. I'm a sucker for a plant with beautiful variegated leaves. When I say variegated, just any type of pattern or texture on the leaves, not your typical green leaf plant. So I think that's so beautiful. Love that plant. That one I would say is one of my newer plants. I got that plant within the last year. Right next to that is my ZZ Raven. Can you guys see that? It's kind of behind the pole. Let me get it out of there so you can see. I've had this ZZ Raven now for a while. ZZ plants are very easy to care for. They're not difficult at all. But for some reason, this one, it hasn't grown that much since I've gotten it. I mean, it's still hanging in there, but it's gotten taller, but it hasn't gotten very full. But I'm not going to give up on that plant. It took me a while to find that ZZ Raven. Love it. ZZ Raven plants, they just have darker leaves. Excuse me. And then right next to that is my second Chinese evergreen plant. I've had this plant for a little while now, well over 2 years. Chinese evergreen plants, you'll notice a theme here with my plants. I love plants that are easy to care for. Now, I would say over the years, I've had plants that were more exotic, that were hard to find, wasn't as easy to care for. Ask me if I still have those plants. Nope, I don't. So I'm just gonna stick to my easy to care for plants. So let's head over to the living room and I'll show you the rest of the plants. This is my Monstera. Everyone knows the Monstera. Surprisingly enough, the interesting fun fact about this one is this plant grew from a simple clipping. I used to have a large, beautiful Monstera plant. If I have a photo, I'll insert it. Hopefully I have a photo of that plant. And this plant was just a regular cutting. Now the cool thing is this plant, as you can see, it's growing some nodes, has quite a few nodes. If you have a Monstera plant and you're seeing nodes and you're wondering what should I do with this plant, all you have to do is just leave it, let it grow. It can drop down to the ground. You can stick it in the soil. So they don't bother you. If you just don't like looking at it, it does look kind of weird. You can just cut it off. Nothing will happen to the plant. Now I know you're probably wondering, why is that plant so droopy? She needs to water it. This is another plant that I recently repotted because I had this one in a much smaller pot. And it just needed to be repotted so the plant can continue to grow and expand. Disregard what's going on there on the right. We have a bar downstairs, which I think I've shown in a separate video. But this is my Monstera. And once I water the plant, it will perk up. What I like to do, I mean, as you can see, it's a pretty long, the leaves are long, they are a little heavy. I like to use these little props, these stakes that I get at like Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever. I use those to kind of prop up the plant so it's not completely drooping over. This one here at the bottom, I accidentally snapped that when I was repotting the plant, but I'm just gonna leave it for now. But yes, it's droopy because it needs to be watered, which it will happen soon. I just don't wanna, I just want it to completely dry out. This is my ZZ plant. This plant I've had for quite a while. This actually started off as 2 individual plants, which I've potted up together. One of the best decisions I've made because it makes the plant, it just looks so much more fuller. As you can see there, that lighter one, that's some new growth. This one right here. This is my ZZ. These grow relatively fast. This one I was experiencing, well, and I am experiencing some, fungus gnats. You know, the little flies. So I just have like a little fly trapper in there, but it's not too bad. So this is my ZZ plant, and this is the pot that I have it in, or the plant stand I should say. That's the ZZ. Here's my little snake plant. Well, not little, it has a nice little size to it. Now, this, I have it here because, again, this is another one. I recently repotted this and put it in new soil because the soil that was there previously, it had a bunch of worms in it, little small white worms. And, I mean, no one wants to look at that, so I repotted it. As a result, you know, the plant got a little wobbly, so I put some Velcro, some like plant Velcro on here. Very gently. You don't want to put it too tight to irritate the leaves. But I put it on there just to, you know, kind of keep it together and tight. So that's why that's there. My beautiful snake plant. Now, the question, is this the plant that you had in your repotting video over 2 years ago? The answer is no, this is not the same plant. Now, right behind the snake plant, because the snake plant always covers it up, this is a satin pothos that I'm propagating in water. This one is probably about ready to be potted up in soil, but I'm just going to keep it in there for now. This is one of my favorite. Again, like I said, I love pothos plants, but like, look at the leaves. It's so beautiful, and it really does feel satiny, as the name suggests. So that's just chilling there. I'm going to move my statue back here, which my husband, he broke the arm. Look. So, my little statue lady. These are each of the plants that I have on my little bay window here. The first one is my my moonshine snake plant. Moonshine snake plants, it tends to be much lighter than the regular snake plant. I've had this one for probably, again, a couple years. Now, I do see that there's some roots coming out at the bottom. These are the roots, so this probably will need to be repotted soonish, sooner rather than later. I'll probably still leave it in here for now. And you guys might recognize this one because I believe this is the last video I recorded, was me snipping the leaves on my ponytail palm. As you can see, the plant is still doing well. Hopefully you can see at least. I just didn't want to, I'm sorry, I just didn't want to take it down. But it's still in that same pot. This is the fuller ponytail palm that I have. Right next to that is my smaller ponytail palm. Lastly, I have this little money tree that our realtor got for us as a gift. I'll probably need to repot this one pretty soon. And it also needs to be watered. Thank you guys so much for sticking things out. Again, I know I've been gone for a while. I will make an effort to upload at least once a week. And again, this won't just strictly be a plant channel. So if you come back here and you see like some vacation content or some home decor content, don't be alarmed. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.